Well, you guys saw me, you guys were wildly entertained when I took my skid steer off the trailer there a few weeks ago. I want to show you what we're doing here. This is a friend of mine's house, a good friend of mine, and his grandfather-in-law needs a place to start to live where he's closer to home nowadays. So they had this income property or finished area of the garage that was a studio apartment in the past. You know, so there's three doors on it. Yeah, it's a 3-car garage, and then this place is longer than the rest of that. And boy, it really freaks this phone out when something just comes at it from out of the frame. Anyway, hopefully that has completely gotten rid of the sync between the audio and the video here. But you know, it's in a state of disrepair. There's a entryway, living room there, kitchen in the middle, and this is got some problems, has some moisture problems. Now, I don't want to say I told you so, and I understand they didn't want to live across the driveway from anyone, so the value in an income property right here is small, but you never know what might happen. So now Grandpa wants to move in, and more work is necessary here than would have normally been necessary. And this isn't so much to stick it in his eye as it is to show everybody what can happen here. This is the back wall, heavy soil here, which is to say, you know, clay, and basically it wasn't leaving and migrating away from the structure. If anything, is percolating down and through the outside wall. You can see evidence of that in this, you know, streaking here, the coloration. It's all going to be mineral deposits and stuff there, and obviously the floor is wet here, and the basement door jamb is rotten. The frog that lives in here, I'm sure he's not the only one, but it's just, you know, it's dank, and that environment promotes in fact, actually, where the water is entering, the quality of the timber and the subframe or subfloor is in good shape. It's actually over in there where the humidity could stay in the crawl space and influence this subfloor that had more trouble here, and so that needs a moisture barrier on that as well. So anyway, one of the biggest things for the quality of that basement to make it dry going forward that I told him he should do a while ago and that we're getting to now, finally, which is fine. It's fine. It's all right. It's all good. Is we're going to dig down to the foundation, the footing, which is that little ledge there, right? So he's wider. He's wider in this aspect than the thickness of the foundation wall. And you know, the first thing you do is dig a hole here, and you create a form to pour that footing. And the top of him is, you know, the top surface is level. It's a little bit wider than your basement wall, and it's of an appropriate thickness. And that's what's sitting on undisturbed substrate materials. And then you stack your blocks up, and you go up, and you pour a floor inside of it, etc. Now, he's got a flat sort of roof here, which is to say it's got a very shallow pitch to back here. Used to have a gutter, used to have a downspout, and there's the rest of the downspout drain that had long ago been kinked or broken or whatever, and the downspout didn't make it in there anymore. So all the surface area of the roof of this building, the water that fell on it from rain, came flying off the back in like a sheet, kind of a waterfall, right onto the ground here. And though it could go right down into the ravine, this is actually a downward ankle. You know, the grade was down here, so this was all basically standing water, and it all just hydraulic pressure, atmospheric pressure, you know, pressing on it. It couldn't migrate through this heavy clay soil. It went right into the porous mortar and, you know, and block, and right on into the basement. So we have dug down below that level, and from there even deeper still on our way away from here. And I'm going to clean this up with a shovel. His wife, you know, pressure washed the surface of the wall off there. And so what we'll do is we'll put a moisture barrier right on there, and you can apply these as liquids and different things, but I like a nice big heavy butyl sheet. This is This is a certain waterproofing system, certain membrane, and it will be, you know, like an extremely heavy ice and water kind of a membrane. And then this percolation mat goes over top of that, and that's basically just like got dimples in it. And that holds an air gap along the surface of the wall. So what you end up doing is, in adding the membrane, you've got waterproofing. In adding the percolation mat, you've got a fast and easy route for water to travel down outside the membrane, right at the foundation. For anything that rolls along the ground, it can go fall right down to the bottom of the hole. And then we'll backfill with gravel, as well as using pipe at the bottom of it and out, so all of that water that goes down ultimately goes out and down into the ravine. And then we'll put separate pipe system in a little more shallow for the downspout that'll come back, and that water will go into that higher route and go out over the bank, and it'll be connected to the gutter. So that's what we're working on today, and important information here. Oh, an apple.
An apple?
Thank you.
It's from our tree.
That's really nice. That's great. All right. Let's have a look at this when it's looking, I don't know, any better than it's looking right now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you.